Then in verse 31, now is the judgment of this world. Now shall the prince of this world be cast out. So he's saying the time is now when the judgment of this world will occur, and he will take upon the judgment of the world that he didn't deserve to get taken upon, that we deserve to be taken upon, but he will take that upon himself on the cross. And so he's saying now is that time for this judgment to occur. And he says, now shall the prince of this world be cast out, meaning Jesus shall be cast out. And what does this mean? We hear the term cast out into outer darkness when it refers to hell. And Jesus will be cast out, meaning he will feel what it feels like to be separated from God. And we're going to read that later on here. He says, Father, Father, why have you forsaken me? He felt what it was like to be separated from God. God himself felt like what it was to be separated from God. Think about that. That's mind-blowing in itself. And it also just shows like what Jesus really had to go through for us. And that's why that verse really hits my heart when it says, for the joy set before him. What is that joy set before Jesus? What is the joy that made him want to endure the cross, despising the shame that he had to go through, being made sin for us? The joy is two things. One, at the end of that verse, it says that he was now raised up and glorified and now sits at the right hand of the Father. But two, the joy set before him was the saving of our souls. We are the joy set before him. Think about that. What he did for us. We are that joy that was set before him. And then he says in verse 32, and I, if I be lifted up from the earth, will draw all men unto me. This he said, signifying what death he should die. So he's saying, if I am risen up on this cross, I will draw all men unto me. So we can't even be drawn to Jesus on our own, saying, well, I'm smart enough to realize that I needed a savior. No, he drew all men to him when he was lifted up on that tree, right? The whole world, it was made a spectacle in front of the whole world. And when Jesus was lifted up on that tree from the earth for our sakes, to pay the penalty and the debt for our sin and shame that we owed, taking our spot on the cross, right?